Let's do this.
I'm sorry. I'm saved, Jesus saved me. I'm saved, Jesus saved me.
Cali, what you watching?
Chesney, you better put Mama's good glass back before you break it.
It was good. You better put Mama's ring back before you lose it.
Nothing bad ever happens to me.
Huh? There's a spider in your hair.
I'm sorry. I'm saved, Jesus saved me. I'm saved, Jesus saved me. I'm saved, Jesus saved me. I'm saved, Jesus saved me.
Okay, so that was my animation, The Adventures of Cali and Chesney. I did that in 2018, I think. Yes, I think I did that in 2018, and I just wanted to say that it was a fun. Um, it was hard to do, and this is the director's commentary for it. So I'm just going to talk about it. Um, I did this. Guy told me in I think 2017. So I'm trying to look right now. I have to look on my look and see on my channel when exactly I created that because I don't remember specifically. 4 years ago. Okay, so I must have done it in 2019 since it's 2023. I started it. Okay, so I didn't know anything about film at that time, about not film but animations back then, and the Lord told me in 2007, like December 2017, to do animation. So I was like, animation. I don't know anything about. I've never done anything near to animation. I've always been a musician since I was 15, a percussionist, and I took piano and stuff like that. I was growing up, but I wasn't really that type of musician. But I became a percussionist like 15, and then when I went to school, I started doing plays like at church around 16, 17, and when I went to school, Chicago State at 18, and then I went to Columbia College in Chicago in 2020, I think. I think it was 2020. No, no, no. No, it couldn't have been 2000. What are you talking 2020? No, so 19, I don't know why am I at 20 years old, I meant to say, not 2020. So I was so 1995, 97. So in like 97, 1997 is when I went to Columbia College for film to learn film because God told me to go into film, and so I did film. So I've been doing film ever since 1997, and but animation I've never done. So this is my first animation. I knew nothing about it. So I'll just start it so we can and we'll get it going. So what happened here? That's cute with the little kids running across. All right, so in 2018 January, I was going over in my head, and I met while I was doing like production assistant work. I met this Swarovski. Swarovski does titles like animation titles for the Marvel movies, and I was there to work on Friends from College. I think that television show, and Animal Kingdom on TBS, and something else. I worked on Spotify. They were doing a lot of different things. But they were animators. This is an animation production company, and I remember I was talking to them about I wanted to get started on it, and it just so happens that when I started working with them, then I was like, okay, this is something I'm supposed to do, so I need to get into it. So what I did was I was like, what should I do? And so he was like, he led me to just look it up. I looked it up, tried to see if there was any animation software that I could download, and he led me to Blender. It was free animation software online that you could download, and it was totally intricate. So I just read the whole book. So it was, I don't know how many pages it was, like 800 to 1,000 pages. I read the whole book. Then the Lord led me to these different YouTube Blender animators, like to find out how to get started, and I got started, and so I started doing little things. Like I just did that plunger a few days ago because I wanted to. Lord told me to to update my Blender animation because I haven't been on Blender since 2019. I mean, I since 2019 I've not even touched Blender and animation, but that's how I made those two little girls run across right there because from 2000 from about February of 2018 to March or April of 2019, I was working on learning how to do animation by myself through just reading a book and doing these animation tutorials. So 2019. So around June of 2018 is when I first started on this animation that I just did here. Started making different things like stools and tables, like countertops and refrigerator and all that, and glasses and all that. I mean, I got a lot of it from the animation people the Blender people on YouTube, but most of it I just made myself. The ring I did get that specifically from a guy named Tutor for You. Tutor, like he's a school tutor. Tutor the letter four. I mean the number four, and U the letter U. So he has a channel, and so that's where I got the ring from. But everything else I pretty much made myself. Anyway, I finished it in April 2019, and this is what it was. So I already did this Beautiful Life Safe. Well, Beautiful Life is a banner that I've been using since 2015. A Beautiful Life, and my first thing was a Beautiful Life Lessons from the Church Balcony. I'll show you all that some other time. But and so I did three films under the banner of A Beautiful Life Lessons from Church Balcony. I started with Sexy Lady, then A Bad Parent, and then Bad Neighbor. Then I started A Beautiful Life Save Folks. It's another banner, Save Folks, and I started with what did I do with that? The first one was The Right Decision. I did so this was done like in 2016, 2017, 2018. So I did um, the right decision, the interrogation, and then this animation right here, Adventures uh, of Cali and Chesney. And then I did three more. After that, I did decisions, um, uh, tomorrow's not promised, and the day of the Lord. So all that was under the Beautiful Life Save Folks banner. But I also did some movies before that, like my short film. I did my very first short film I did in 1995, 1997, entitled "How to Get a Girl." It was funny. I get into that when I show it, when I do director's commentary. And then I did "Girl Goes to Heaven." That was also in that was yeah that was also in 1997. And then also I did Discouraged in Faith. I did one called A Moment of Encouragement too, but I never put that on YouTube or anything. I don't think I ever showed anybody but people I knew for different reasons. But anyway, so that was that, and so I have all these. So all this on the Save Folks banner, but I wanted. Even though I had been showing the Beautiful Life Save Folks that intro screen, I wanted to be different for the animation. So I found out how to do that, and that's how that started. The name of the Lord. So basically, so this whole thing is created totally by me. I did all the work on animation. All of these titles was how I just made my so all of that I did. I did most of this on Blender, and then like the title sequences with the stuff falling down, confetti falling, explosions. I did that on Power Director. Power Director 16 or 14 or whatever it was. But anyway, yes, it couldn't have been 16 because 16 wasn't out there. Power Director something. I don't remember what it was, but whatever was out in 2018, 2019. That's what I did it on. But anyway, yeah. And so, I put all the sound effects, but everything on the animation, most animations, it has like 300 people working on it. You know, I did everything by myself. Everything I did by myself, even the music, you'll hear it.
Save Jesus, save me.
So this part, the intro, that was done for Save Folks. The I'm saved, Jesus save me. Dave Hodges with One Sound, his production company One Sound, did that for me. Asked him to do a beat for me, and he did a beat for me. And he asked his brother Chris Hodges, who's a singer, to sing on the track, and so they did that. So that's the intro. So now here we are on into the actual film itself. Now, anybody that does animation or film anyway, there's a lot of render. Everything had to be rendered. So you can see the door. The door had to create separately. The refrigerator, the stove, the countertops, the marble countertop, the sink. Even the scenery on the outside. That's a picture of my backyard actually that I put back there. My actual backyard. Like even the couch, everything I had to create myself. I did all that myself in 9 months, from June to March or April, whatever that was. Uh, from June 2018 to March or April of 2019. So, yep. And so you see, she has a little cup in her hand, glass in her hand, and basically, I'll say, so that is a black mantis on the television. She's watching a violent show she's not supposed to be watching, and the little girl, she has a glass, like a wine glass, that she's walking around. So they both young kids. Obviously, she's not supposed to be walking around with a wine glass, and the other little girl on the couch is not supposed to be watching a violent picture, because this is a violent picture. This is the Black Man. It's my cousin Javon, the one that you see on there. He was about to go to college for football, and he wanted me to do like a hero, superhero type of thing with him, so I did that. So that's the valuable ring that I got from Tutor for You, and I put it into this program. Now making this water was difficult. I think it was the coolest thing. I had to do all the camera angles and everything, because sometimes you want it to be a 75 millimeter, 25 millimeter lens, whatever. You have to do all that and light it yourself. Now they have lamps on animation in Blender, but I didn't use lamps. I think BPW Media started me thinking about using like the planes, meshes that are planes, and then making them illuminate them. So that's what made it better for me. So that's what I use. So this water sequence is I guess it's not hard to do, but I mean for someone that's never done animation, it was. So I like that angle. So she's watching this sword fight. Now this whole move right here, where I'm panning and I'm tracking and everything, this is dolly and everything, is cool. I did all that on Blender animations, so all the sound effects are footsteps and
Cali,
everything,
what you watching?
and the voices are all me.
Chesney, you better put
So
Mom's
it's
good
a little
glass back
choppy,
before you break it.
but even the little girls, Afro puffs and everything. I want them to be different. They remind me, both of them are really, they remind me of three people: of my sister Doreen, my sister Deidre, and Kelly Wright. So they all three of them are inside both of these little girls to me. So yeah, I like the Afro puffs
You
a
better
lot.
put Mama's ring back
I
before
see
you lose it.
people wearing the Afro puffs now more than ever. So it's really cool that I did this some years ago.
Hmm, nothing
I
bad ever.
wanted Callie to have something special, so that's why she has a bow. She has a ponytail, and the ponytail actually flips as she moves her head, and I think that's really cool. Um, I know they have really big heads, but they children. Children usually have really big heads. So one day I had an idea for a little brother, but it was so arduous trying. This was the hardest thing I ever done in my life. It will be the hardest thing I will have ever done in my life, and that's why I know God is real, because He got me to do this. I mean, look at the teeth and the eyes, and been able to do this and not knowing anything a year before, not knowing a thing, and then doing this animation. For all animators, this is ridiculous.
What happens to me?
Also, you find out when I was doing it, this is how all video games are made, but with these meshes and everything. And then you put like bones in them. It's called like they have the sticks and they have it's different type of ways, and then you rig them. You give them cycles, running cycles, walking cycles, breathing cycles, and all that stuff is. And then you have to weight paint them so that everything works. It was hard, but it turned out really well,
Mm.
especially for my first time.
There's a spider in your hair.
And this thing is really just a lesson for children to obey their parents. Because when you don't obey your parents, bad things happen. Now, she did not expect that spider to be there. Now, who was that? Sent by God, sent by the devil, whoever God let that spider be there. But they had no business doing the things they were doing. Now they go both gonna get in trouble because the ring is in the sink. Neither one of them knows how to get that. So that is episode 3, The Adventures of Cali Chesney. I put the link in the description on Color Heat Gamer YouTube. But on my bio on Color Heat Twitch is a link for this too, for my YouTube. So check it out. And that's it. Oh, that's my logo, Khalid Production. That's me, my congos, my bongos. So my friend Courtney Markham, we went to Chicago State together in 1995, and we grew up at First Jurisdiction Church of God in Christ together too, a long time ago. And he designed this for me. I told him what I wanted. I think I drew it out, and then he just because he was more of a computer artist. He was a computer artist. I was not a computer artist. He did this, put it on a computer for me. So that was way back in like 1999 that he did that, and I was just sitting there until I started doing these little short films in 2015. So, yep, 15 years later, I actually used the logo that he gave me. But I started Color Heat Production in 2002, and trust me, the government makes sure that I pay my taxes on it. Whether I make money or not. You have to pay franchise tax. So that's it. It was fun. Thank you for watching. I'll do another one some other time. Thank you for watching. It was fun, and I'm out of here.